I'm Jake Kirschner, and this is my story. I grew up in a loving family and have a pair of extremely supportive parents. Both my parents were introduced to faith at a young age, and they're what I would consider believers. They believe in Jesus, they believe Jesus died for their sins, but they don't live a traditional religious lifestyle. Um, and growing up, I never really noticed a relationship between my parents and God. And I'd say that's where I stood for the greater part of 15 years in my faith. Um, I believed in God and the way of life associated with Him, but I didn't have a relationship with Him. God seemed like a backup plan. He was someone I went to when I was struggling or times were hard. He was someone I prayed to when I needed something or something was beyond me. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't know enough about the God I was praying to. I didn't know that He had plans for my future, and I didn't know that He was eager to start a relationship with me. Um, Unfortunately, I was skeptical about jumping into a relationship with Him and diving deeper in my faith because of conflicting beliefs towards religion. And this came because early in my life, a family member of mine decided to live an alternative lifestyle that, in the eyes of lots of religions, would be considered sinful. Uh, and I just felt ashamed because I felt in need, or that I needed to pick between religion and a family member that I loved. I felt that I carried a secret I always had to hide because of judgment. I began to question my faith because of the way that I felt religion judged sin. Um, as time went by and my knowledge and faith grew, I came to the conclusion that it's not my place to judge sin, but just to love people. It taught me to meet people where they're at and show compassion for those that may be ashamed of their pasts. And the bottom line is people live imperfect lives. We all do, and we can't judge one another. So at that point, I really felt that I had resolved a lot of conflicts that I had towards religion, and I was more ready to dive into a relationship with God. And I actually got the opportunity to dive deeper in my faith in a weird way. Unfortunately, when a friend of mine passed, we all gathered together at a local young life leader's house, and there we were just sharing memories and grieving together. And I got the opportunity to, or was offered a flyer to go to Malibu, and before this, there was absolutely no way I would have ever considered or been offered a spot to go to a Young Life Club. But the time just felt right, and especially in a time of grieving, it was something that I think a lot of people felt would help. And especially being ready to start a relationship with God, I was very excited to go. So when I got there, I met a lot of great people, and I met a lot of leaders that were interested in helping me and helping me understand more about God and understand His Word. So I was really able to resolve a lot of other conflicts that I had, and I got to talk in one-on-ones with my leaders about my prior conflicts, and we got to talk more about that, and I got to understand that even better. So while I was there, I really learned how I was supposed to start a relationship with God, and how you live a life with Him. So although Malibu was one of the best weeks of my life, I was really eager to get home just to get started. I had a campaigners group ready, and I was planning on going to the Young Life clubs, and I was just really excited about where my life was going. And I'm proud to say that I accepted God into my life more, and that I am still growing in my faith, and I'm still have that drive to learn more about him and live a better life. Nowadays, I live for a greater purpose, and I surround myself with better people, and I live just an all-around better lifestyle. And that's how I came to faith, and that is a lot of how I grew deeper in my faith. Was really just overcoming a lot of questions that I had through the Word of God, and Young Life really helped me do that. I'm Jake Kirschner, and this is my story.
What's up, guys? It's Jordan. Just want to share a little bit about me to you guys. So growing up, my parents did a great job of laying this really firm foundation for me and my 4 other brothers. I don't know exactly how they did it, but somehow they managed to get us dressed, to get us fed, and in the car by 9:15 every Sunday for church. And church back then was quite a bit different from church now. Back then, I knew a lot of the Bible stories. I knew a lot of the songs. But God for me was just this big guy up in the sky who honestly didn't really care about me and cared a lot more about me following the rules rather than, me as an individual. Along with that, the way people perceive me really dictated every decision that I had. You see, I had this paradigm of, oh, if I dress this certain way, then all my friends are going to think I'm really awesome. Or, oh, I may not be talking really great about so-and-so, but hey, I'm getting people to laugh, so I guess it's okay. I wanted my friends to like me so badly that I neglected the feelings of the people around me. And I knew that I couldn't keep this straight up act for, a long time because it was exhausting. Every decision that I made, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh, like, how are my friends going to think of me? Or are they going to think I'm cool? Are they going to approve of this? So I know I couldn't keep this fake mask up forever. I was introduced to Young Life in 7th grade, and I went to a few camps, including Rockridge, and I was a freshman. In the years past, I was really more excited about the water slides and the food and just the people I was with rather than this Jesus guy that the camp speakers were talking about and stuff. But the 5 days at Rockridge really rocked my world. In those 5 days, I really just opened my eyes and my ears to the what the speaker was saying, and I learned about a God who loved me for me. I learned about a God who didn't want to condemn me, but just to love me. I learned about a God who really wanted to have a personal relationship with me. And just hearing that really changed my entire life. I walked away knowing that I didn't have to wear this mask because I knew that God loved me. And I realized that when I was so desperately trying to get people to like me, I was honestly just searching for acceptance and for someone to tell me that I was good enough. And when I heard that there's a God out there who really, could do that for me, my life was changed forever. Ever since then, I've been trying to live a life that to the plans that God has for me, the plans that are good and not for disaster. Thank you. Peace.